Okay, I migrated from Jamaica to the USA March 2025, and I have my green card, and I've had my green card now for a month. My process, however, from sending my documents in to USCIS to actually getting my green card, the entire process lasted 77 days. I might insert a clip of my timeline just so you can see if I can figure out how to do it. But yeah, I want to share my entire visa journey from getting a visa from Jamaica to getting a green card in the USA. I want to share it all real quickly, just because I know getting the visa is the hardest part for a lot of Jamaicans. So here's what I did, and my story might sound a little crazy, but I wanted to travel. So take from my story what you will, and I hope it helps you in whichever way. So firstly, when I was in Jamaica, I knew I wanted to start traveling. I was in my 20s, so I got my visa in 2023. And how I went about doing so, I was a maniac. So I quit my job that was making a lot of money. I was making a lot of money. I had already built one house. I was working on building a second house, but I figured the way to my visa would not be just me going to the embassy and saying, hi, I worked this amount of money. Can I have a visa, please? And I know that because I had done that before and I never got through. So I had one denial for a visa before, and so I know what no feels like at the embassy. I know what it feels like. I never wanted another no, so I made sure I put myself in a position for the next time that I went to the embassy, the answer would almost definitely be a yes. So I quit my well-paying job to get a job at the airport. I started working at Southwest Airlines, and when I started there, matter of fact, my entire journey working there, I was making $60,000 a month. And I hear a lot of Jamaicans say, I would never work at the airport. I will never work at the airport. Airport does not pay, and it's true. The airport does not pay. But I was not there to be paid because I had certain things in place for myself already to where the money genuinely did not matter to me. I had other goals other than financial goals. So I took the job at Southwest Airlines and I stayed there, I believe, almost a year. When I went there, my goal was to learn every single thing that I can learn about the US entry requirements, visas, passports, ESTAs, travel documents, anything that could allow a person access into the US is what I wanted to learn. And I got so good at that to where I started training people who came in to, identify documents, look through documents and things like this, and process people, set them on their way. I no longer wanted to process people. I wanted to be the person being processed. Nothing wrong with a little bit of ambition. You understand? You want something for yourself, and regardless of how ridiculous it might look to other people, go for it. Anyways, so I learned everything I could about the requirements needed for US entry, like I said. So what I later on did was I booked to go to the embassy for my visa. And I booked through Travel with Kimmy. If you're in Jamaica, you know Travel with Kimmy. That's my girl. She will honestly tell you the truth about how your chances look, but go with your own gut at the end of the day. If you feel like you go get it, chances are you're going to get it. Follow your gut, do it. Anyways, so I got my visa date, and when I was going for my visa interview, I made sure I wore my uniform. When I say I wore my uniform, I wore my full uniform. Even though I did not have work that day, I was in my jacket, I was in my lanyard, I was in my shirt with the logo Southwest Airlines, my belt with Southwest Airlines, my pants. Everything was logoed for Southwest Airlines. There was no question if I worked there, yes or no. When I got there, my questions were, well, firstly, he said to me, I was interviewed by a male, and he said to me, I see you work for Southwest Airlines. And I said, yes, I do. And his question was, do you have travel benefits? And my answer was, I do have travel benefits. I am trying to make use of the benefits that I have right now, which is why I'm here. Flights would be free for me. So, just trying to take advantage of that. And my next question was, okay, where would you like to visit? And I pretty much told him, I just want to walk around. I want to walk around, I want to look, and I want to come back home. But I just want to enjoy walking around and seeing new things. And he said, well, your flights are covered. I see no reason why not. And I said, absolutely, absolutely. And he said, well, what do you do at Southwest Airlines? And I said, ironically, I train people on how to authenticate US documents, US visas, ESTAs, passports, the works. This man laughed his head off. He was like, okay, I have no more questions for you. Enjoy your travels. My whole process lasted maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes. That was it. I didn't get a whole barrage of things because I positioned myself and I went in looking like someone who am about my business. I mean what I'm saying. I know what I do for my job. There's no question on if I know what I'm looking for or if I'm qualified to do this. There's no question on if I work there. There's no question on my competence. There's no question whatsoever. And I sold myself. So when you're walking with a little bit of confidence and go and go sell yourself. Don't walk in all timid because they can feel it. They can feel it. And if you're telling them you do this and this for a living, well, where is your confidence that you deserve this? You know what I mean? And be nice, be polite, have a smile, have joy in your heart when you're going, not a spirit of fear. Walk in with little joy, little bones. Anyways, so I got the visa 2023, and ever since then, oh yeah, I'm back and forth. I'm back and forth in and out of the US. I'm here at least, I would say I'm here at least 3 times a month, because after I got the visa, which was my only aim for working at the airlines, after I had successfully done so, yeah, it was out of there. So I got a job wherein traveling was a requirement. So I had to travel to the US to come and buy goods and just get goods for my company, sign off on things for my company, especially in the Florida area. So I'd be here signing off on goods, getting goods, and shipping them, taking them back home and stuff for my company. So I was here at least 3 times a month. I reconnected with my childhood partner, and not too much on that, but we made a reconnection. And the part of the story I want to get to is the green card. we started dating. So now I'm here for work and I'm here for him. So I'm here a lot. So this was not a problem because I always declared my intentions of coming in. I never lied. I never said, "Oh, I'd be here for a day," when it would be longer. I was always honest, and there were times where I had to be here for just a single day, and sometimes just a couple of hours. But I was always honest, so I never had any issues. When we got serious and we were like, okay, the distance is going to be annoying. We want to be together full time. We want to be together permanently. What's the next step in our relationship? So we were talking. Um, we went to his best friend's wedding last year, August, and it just came up. My now husband, he was like, "Hey, I've been thinking about this. I I really think we should get married." And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, we should do it." I was like, "Okay, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it." So I kind of just push it aside, and he's like, "No, I think." He kept coming back and we kept talking about it, but not like in length or depth, like, but it kept coming up. The subject of marriage kept coming up. Anyways, um, in March of this year, 2025, I think we just both got to the point where he was like, we can't do this like this anymore. Let's get married. And he was serious. And I was like, okay, we'll talk about it. Because we had a little bit of an emergency happening at the time. So I said, okay, let's talk about it, in a little while. So I was here for to the end of March into April. Into April, getting ready to go back home, and boom, the question was there, and a ring was there, and there was no saying. There was no let's talk about it later on. It's here now. We gotta decide now. So of course, the answer was yes. That was in April, and in May, we got married. It was a very short turnaround time to get married, but we did it. So um, after we got married in May, we started putting paperwork and stuff together to to go through the process of migrating. Now, I will say this is not something I would do this way again if I had to redo the journey. If I was starting my migration process now, I would start getting the papers, the documents, and everything together before getting married. Because once you get married, you are ticking against the clock on your 6 months. You have 6 months to be here on your visa. You only get 6 months here on your visa. You are racing against time to get everything required. You're going to need to be on a lease together. You're going to have to be on each other's insurance. You're going to have photos posted on your social media of both of you guys, whether from your wedding or whatnot, wedding preferably. You're going to have lots of pictures and evidence of conversations and things like that together. For me, it was a little bit easier because, like I said, this was my childhood sweetheart, and we had old Facebook messages and pictures going all the way back to 2012. So I would say start gathering all your pictures, all your documents, everything way before you're ready to, you know, come in for the 6 months and hit the marriage and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I would say to you, don't put yourself in a position where you plan to come here to get married, because once you make that plan like, okay, you're going to come in and you're going to get married while you're here, you have violated the terms of your visa. So I would say to you, know what you're doing with that. And if you're doing it, please don't be caught doing it. You understand? Like, make sure your things align with what you're saying, and you'll be good. What else? So yeah, we got all our documents together, and we shared something very, very intimate. My visa would have expired September 14th, and my documents went in September 15th, and it was delayed because my attorney was not in office for 2 weeks. So I was one single day over my allotted 6 months time period on my visa. A single day. Try not to run over your 6 months. I was just a day, but I was still very anxious about it. Try not to let that happen to you. Anyway, so I sent my documents in September 15th, I believe, or 16th, whichever one my visa expired on. It's one day behind each other. Anyway, so they got my documents and everything, and from that time, I was scheduled for my biometrics, and everything from that point to the point where I was scheduled for the green card interview was November 20th. So it took a couple of weeks, just about 6 weeks, I believe, altogether for me to have my green card in hand and everything. It took 77 days to complete all of it. So I say this: if you're going for your visa and you don't know how to go about getting it, get a job at the airport. You want to travel, you want to do something, get a job at the airport. No, they don't pay well, but you will get somewhere with it. I think that's all I have to share for today. If you have any questions on anything, if you get to the end of this video, then perfect. I'll answer any questions you guys have. Thanks for watching.